Hello students, welcome back to RSG Online 2021. Yeah, as usual, I hope you are all doing good. And I'm making this video on the 11th session as per the university syllabus. As you all know that it is human resource management. Now in the 11th session, we are moving towards human resource planning. As you all know that planning is so important. Okay, now let's move on. Yeah. Let me recapitulate of Unit 1. In the Unit 1, the following concepts were covered. For example, see the definitions and meaning of HRM, objectives of HRM, importance of HRM, functions of HRM, process, duties of HR manager, role of HR manager and responsibilities of HR manager, recent trends in HRM, etc. Yeah, let's move on to the learning objectives of this particular video. It provides the knowledge on timeline view of planning and human resource planning in particular. Yes, I am speaking on planning also here. And it also facilitates the information relating to the definitions of HRP. Yes, let's see. Yeah, coming to the introduction of planning. As you all know that planning is a process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. That means to say, planning is an intellectual process which is always determines or defines what is to be done for future. Hence we say it is an intellectual process. It is the first and foremost activity to achieve the desired results. It involves the creation and maintenance of a plan, such as psychological aspects that require conceptual skills. There are even a couple of tests to measure someone's capability of planning well. As such, planning is a fundamental property of intelligent behavior. That's what I said, it's an intellectual process. Definitely, it shows the intelligent behavior of a person. An important further meaning, often just called planning, is a legal context of permitted building developments. How we are going to build it? Planning has a specific process and is necessary for multiple occupations, particularly in fields of management, business, etc. Definitely, because in the fields of management and business, there is the scope for thinking for future. We need to make all the arrangements and we need to make all the organization relating to the future things. So hence, there is much scope in these fields. In each field, there are different types of plans that help companies achieve efficiency and effectiveness. An important, albeit often ignored aspect of planning is the relationship it holds to forecasting. Forecasting can be described as predicting what the future will look like, whereas planning predicts what the future should look like for multiple scenarios. Very beautiful. Please understand here, students, there is a slight difference between the forecasting and the planning. I think you must be knowing about the forecasting. Forecasting, you can have, you must be aware of the weather forecast, and even the astrologists, they forecast, they predict. It's nothing but prediction. So it is nothing but predicting what the future will look like. That is your forecast. But planning goes one step ahead. It always predicts what the future should look like. Very important it is for multiple scenarios. That's what I wanted to tell you here. One thing, see, planning means whenever we say it is a planning, it should not be for one particular area or one perspective. That means to say, what I mean to say here is, the planning should be done in such a way that you must fix all the problems that may arrive, that may come in your way to stop your, reaching your goal. So hence you must have the different plans, like the ABC plans we say generally, plan A, plan B, plan C. Suppose if the A won't work out, you must have immediately another plan. And if you don't know how it's going about, then you can always substitute it by plan C. So when I say this, what exactly I mean is, you must have the different steps that will help you, all precautionary steps you must take to reach your goal. Hence, for the multiple scenarios, you have to make the plan. Hence, we can say planning always predicts how or what the future should look like. Planning combines forecasting with preparation of scenarios and how to react to them. Planning is one of the most important project management and time management techniques. Definitely, because planning, as I told you, it is telling you about what all the steps you have to take to complete your task or to reach your goal, right, in future. So hence it is definitely has to take care of the time. Time management is a must. Okay, now let's move on to HRP in detail now. Now, till now, I told you about planning, what is planning and how important planning is, especially in the field of management. Now, I'm moving towards human resource planning. What exactly it means? Let's see. The human resource planning is the first step in the HRM process. HRM process we already discussed, I think, in the first chapter. It relates to what is called as recruitment and all that, right? I told you about it, and we are discussing that the sources of recruitment, how it goes and all in the next coming chapters in detail. Human resource planning is the continuous process of systematic planning ahead to achieve optimum use of an organization's most valuable asset, that is quality employees. Now look at this, students. It is not just planning other the sources to reach your goal or to reach your target. It is actually the organization's most valuable asset you are managing. That is nothing but employees. So here the human resource planning ensures the best fit between employees and the jobs while avoiding manpower shortages or surpluses. Please understand it here one thing. Why human resource planning? This is a basic thing. To avoid manpower shortage or the surplus. Either the shortage or the surplus end up in heavy losses to the companies. Hence, they have to go for well prepared human resource plan. Further, it is only after the proper analysis of HR requirements can the process of recruitment and selection be initiated by the management. Also, HRP is essential and in successfully achieving the strategies and objectives of an organization. See, this is very important, successfully achieving the strategies and objectives of an organization. See, to reach the strategy or objective, whatever, we need people. Where we do not need people, tell me, in all the areas of management and business, definitely we need people. There is HR. The human resource is a must. But how many? How it should be? What kind of a resource I should have? What kind of a personnel I am going to recruit? That is what exactly relates to the planning. So planning will tell you how many vacancies are there and what kind of a person you are going to recruit for that vacancy and how you have to go about that process, and all these things you understand in human resource planning. It is therefore suitable and part of the organization to opt for HR planning to prevent any unnecessary hurdles in its workforce needs. That is what. So planning is always looking forward to what are the hurdles or the problems we may face to reach our goal. So that is why that is exactly the planning means. So here it will help us to avoid unnecessary hurdles to get the employees, the workforce to the organization. Now coming to the definitions part of HRP, let's see. The Vetter viewed the human resource planning as a process by which an organization should move from its current manpower position to its desired manpower position. Beautiful. See, this is what exactly the human resource planning act for and looking for, and why it should be done. It is to understand to move from its current manpower position. So we need to clear some vacancies, we need to create some vacancies, we need to fill up the vacancies. So hence what I should understand is from the current manpower position I should move towards what? Desired manpower position. That is what HRP deals with. Through planning, the management strives to have the right number and the right kind of people at the right places at the right time. Yes. So this is another thing you have to understand. So that's what exactly, when we studied, we had a personnel management. That time the staffing means getting the right people for a right job at a right time. We very simply we used to make it. That's the definition of a staffing. The same thing applies here. It's a most of anytime it is evergreen kind of a definition. So I should say that what exactly the staffing, what exactly the manpower you require for an organization. It is nothing but getting the right number and the right kind of people at the right place. We say the right person to the right place and at the right time, very important, all the thing. Right people, that is right person, to right place and at the right time. See all the three: place, people and time. All the three are very, very important. Doing things which result in both the organization and the individual receiving the maximum long run benefit. Exactly. So then only your this HRP or the staffing process, whatever I just now said, that becomes fruitful, profitable. Otherwise, it's a waste of time and energy. According to Leon C. Megginson, the human resource planning is an integrated approach to performing the planning aspects of the personnel function in order to have a sufficient supply of adequately developed and motivated people to perform the duties and tasks required to meet organizational objectives and satisfy the individual needs and the goals of the organizational members. Yeah, let me go through once again. See here, it is sufficient supply of. What do you mean sufficient supply means? Suppose if there are vacancies, 3 vacancies for particular HR group or technicians or any other person who is very important to run the organization successfully or peacefully or smoothly. Okay, so I need to have a sufficient number of people. That's called sufficient supply. Of adequately developed, that's not just getting the number. What I need, they should be adequately developed, means they should be suitable for the job offered and the motivated people only to perform the duties and tasks required to meet organizational objectives and satisfy the individual needs and goals of the organizational members. That is very, very true. Yeah, these are the references I have made, students. You can go through. Yeah, let me come to the multiple choice questions at the end of the video. As you all know, define HRP. Very simple, just now. It is human resource planning. I have given so many options, but the answer is B. Yeah, and let's move on to the next one. HRP is the first step in the human resource management. Is the statement correct? Definitely. Because whenever we talk about the human resource management process, the process of HRM, okay, see for example, it could be relating to recruitment or it could be relating to the placements or what do you call it as selection and appraisals, okay, retention, whatnot, it just goes, the training and all other things, it just goes. So in order to do all those things carefully and successfully, definitely HRP means I need to plan and definitely need to plan how many people have to recruit, who should be selected and how it should be selected and what all the interview process, how many types of interviews I should go through and how the placement should be done, wherein all the vacancies are there. All those things are the headache of the planning department. So HRP is the first step in the human resource management and definitely is a correct statement. Yeah, it is A. Yes, students, I have come to the session outcome as usual at the end of the video, and definitely I know that you have understood what exactly planning means and in particular the human resource planning, and I've told you how important it is how it is the first step of the human resource management process. Just now I explained you that. So hope this video is helpful and it has come to your help definitely. And here I just want to tell you that please log on to RSG online for further conceptual understanding as per the university syllabus. Stay tuned.